Have you ever wondered how certain lessons can completely change your life? Imagine discovering principles that, once learned, transform the way you think and act forever. In today's video, we're going to talk about Stoic life lessons, the kind you learn once, but that continue to echo within you forever. These are simple yet profound lessons, and they have the power to change the way you see the world and how you deal with everyday challenges. And it's not just theory. Later on, I'll share how these 10 Stoic lessons completely changed my life, and how they helped me find more balance, clarity, and purpose. So stay with me on this journey of discovery, because maybe what's missing in your life isn't more information, but more wisdom. Shall we go together on this? Today, we're going to explore the life lessons we can extract from Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that has stood the test of time. Just like the great Stoic thinkers, such as Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, we're going to dive into an ocean of reflections that can transform our perception of the world, and guide us toward a fuller, calmer, and more meaningful life. If this is your first time here on the channel, go ahead and subscribe and leave a like. That helps me keep producing content like this, and it also ensures you'll get access to more videos filled with practical wisdom for your life. Now, let me give you an invitation. Through the practice of discernment, between what we can control and what we cannot, we begin a journey of self-awareness, self-discipline, and inner serenity. These Stoic lessons encourage us to cultivate virtues, face difficulties with courage, and transform every obstacle into an opportunity for personal growth. And if you want to dive even deeper into this journey, take a look at our personal growth guide, The Stoic Art. The link is pinned in the first comment of this video. Shall we turn theory into practice together? First lesson, don't share your problems with everyone. It might sound harsh, but here's the truth. About 80% of people don't care what you're going through. And the other 20%, well, many of them are even happy to see you suffer. That's why it's essential to learn to wisely choose who you open up to. Not everyone deserves access to your most vulnerable side. Share your struggles with those who truly care, who offer a shoulder to lean on, sincere advice, not with those who will just judge you or use it against you. Sometimes, silence is your best protection. And if you learn this early, you'll avoid a lot of unnecessary disappointment throughout life. Second lesson, stop looking for the good in people. Start looking for good people. There's a huge difference between those two things. When you try to force yourself to see the good in someone who only hurts or disappoints you, it's like watering a plastic plant and expecting it to grow. Instead, focus your energy on surrounding yourself with genuinely good people, those who have character, empathy, humility, and respect for others. People like that don't need to prove they're good. They simply are. When you shift your focus, your relationships become lighter, more authentic, and your life, much healthier. And remember, good people are good for the soul. Third lesson, you have to do what's right for you. No one else is walking in your shoes. Everyone has an opinion about what you should do with your life. But the truth is, only you know what you feel, what you've lived through, and where you want to go. Each person carries a different baggage, with unique pain, experiences, dreams, and limits. That's why living by others' expectations is like wearing shoes that don't fit. Sooner or later, they'll hurt. So make choices that align with your values, your goals, and what truly makes you grow. At the end of the day, you're the one living your life, not others. Fourth lesson, the more grateful you are, the more reasons you'll have to be grateful. Gratitude changes everything. It doesn't just change what you have, it changes how you see what you have. When you start appreciating the little things, a hot coffee in the morning, a good conversation, the simple act of breathing, life becomes more colorful and meaningful. And the most curious part, the more you give thanks, the more situations, people, and moments you attract that you'll also want to thank for. Gratitude isn't just a beautiful feeling. It's a powerful tool to change your mental state and make room for more blessings, more balance, and more peace. The key isn't having everything. It's realizing that maybe you already have what matters most. Fifth lesson, never let a bad day make you believe you have a bad life. Sometimes, one hard moment tries to erase all the good you've already lived. But remember, a bad day is just that, a bad day, not an entire life. Don't let today's frustrations shape your view of your past or your future. Hard days come to everyone, but they pass. And when you keep your perspective, you realize there's still a lot of good standing strong in your life. Take a deep breath. Keep moving forward. And remember, the sun always comes back the next day. Sixth lesson, every second you spend comparing yourself to others is a second wasted from your life. Comparison is a silent trap. You look at other people's lives on social media, at their results, their smiles, and forget that you're only seeing the display window, not the behind the scenes. Meanwhile, you stop valuing your own journey. Every person has their own pace, their own time, their own challenges. And so do you. The truth is that comparing yourself only brings frustration. You start thinking you're not good enough, when in reality you're just measuring with the wrong ruler. So instead of looking to the side, look inward. Focus on your evolution. Celebrate your victories, no matter how small they seem. The only comparison that's truly worth making is, who am I today compared to who I was yesterday? Seventh lesson, you can lay down for the world to walk all over you, and still they'll say you're not flat enough. No matter how much you try, give, or sacrifice, there will always be someone who criticizes, minimizes, or simply doesn't value what you do. This is one of life's harshest truths. Not everyone will recognize your effort, and that's okay. You can't live trying to please everyone. Because even when you give your all, there will still be people saying it wasn't enough. That's why you need to set boundaries. Value yourself. Don't let other people's ingratitude make you doubt your own worth. Stand firm. Those who don't recognize your value don't deserve your sacrifice. Eighth lesson, no amount of guilt changes the past, and no amount of anxiety changes the future. How many times have we lost sleep reliving something that already happened? Or tortured ourselves over something that might not even happen? The truth is, the past can't be undone, and the future can't be controlled. The only place where you can take action is in the present. Dwelling on what's already happened only holds you back. Worrying about what hasn't even arrived yet only wears you out. Peace is born when you understand that now is all you truly have. Learn from the past. Plan for the future. But live, truly, in the present. Ninth lesson, every person in your life is a teacher. Some teach you love. Others teach you limits. Not every relationship is meant to last. But every relationship is meant to teach. Some people will show you the value of affection, loyalty, and unconditional support. Others will show you how far you should go, and when you need to say, enough. You learn from those who embrace you, and also from those who disappoint you, from those who lift you up, and from those who knock you down. Every encounter is an opportunity for growth. Even the painful ones, maybe especially those, are lessons that shape you, strengthen you, and refine you. So instead of asking, why did this happen? Try asking, what was this here to teach me? 10th lesson, you see a person's true colors when you're no longer useful to them. As long as you're offering something, attention, help, favors, status, some people stick around. But the moment you're no longer useful to them, they disappear. Or worse, they completely change how they treat you. That's when the mask comes off. The way someone treats you when they have nothing left to gain from you reveals who that person truly is. Don't be fooled by sweet words or convenient presents. Pay attention to how they act when you're not giving them anything. That's where the truth lives. And if someone abandons you when you no longer serve a purpose, remember, those who only stay when there's something to gain were never truly there. 11th lesson, don't get married just because you think you have to. Some people enter a marriage because they think it's the right time. Others do it because they're being pressured by family or society. But the truth is simple. Marriage is not an obligation. It's a choice. And it needs to be made with awareness, with love, with compatibility. Getting married just because everyone else is, or because it's expected, can lead you into a life of frustration with the wrong person. You don't owe anything to a pre-written script. Everyone has their own timing, their own path, their own priorities. And remember, worse than being single is being in a relationship with the wrong person because of a decision that wasn't even truly yours. 12th lesson: you don't have as much time as you think. We live as if we had all the time in the world. But the truth is, time is the most precious and most uncertain resource. You never know when it will be the last time you'll see someone, or when it will be your last chance to say what you feel. So don't hold back kind words. Say, "I love you." Say it often. Show it. Value those by your side today, not later. Life is fragile, fast, and unpredictable. And what you don't do now might become an "I should have" that haunts you forever. So don't wait for the right moment. Create the moment. Make it count. 13th lesson: you can't love someone enough to make them love you back. Love, no matter how strong, cannot be forced. You can give your all, do everything, pour yourself out completely, and still, it won't guarantee that the other person will feel the same. True love has to be mutual. It has to be a choice from both sides. There's no point insisting on a place where you're only half of the story. Accepting that hurts. But it also sets you free. It frees you from trying to fill a space that's not yours, and opens the way for you to love yourself more, and to be loved the right way. 14th lesson: be careful with your words. They can be forgiven, but never forgotten. Sometimes we speak without thinking, in the heat of the moment. But words have weight. They can leave marks, wounds, or healing. And even after an apology, what was said remains, echoing in the other person's memory. So think before you speak. Use your voice to build, not to destroy, because what comes out of your mouth says a lot about what lives inside you. 15th lesson: don't let someone who hurt you convince you that the problem is you. When someone hurts you, the pain can be so confusing that you start blaming yourself. But listen to this: what someone did to you says more about them than about you. Don't internalize someone else's cruelty. Don't accept disrespect as if it were deserved. Recognize what happened, learn from it, and move on with your head held high. You have value, even if they didn't see it. 16th lesson: if you're willing to sacrifice what you want most for what you want now, your future will be filled with regret. Instant gratification is tempting. Immediate rewards seem more valuable than long-term effort. But think with me, is it really worth trading years of dreams for minutes of pleasure? The future you want depends on the choices you make today. Saying no to the now can be hard. But it's that no that often leads you exactly where you want to go. Prioritize what lasts, not what only shines for a moment. 17th lesson: being single with peace of mind is better than being in a relationship that destroys you. Some people prefer any company over silence. But the peace of being with yourself is worth more than the weight of a toxic relationship. A healthy relationship is not a prison. It's partnership, growth, balance. If the presence of the other takes more from you than it gives, maybe what you need isn't to insist, but to set yourself free. Solitude can teach, but peace transforms. 18th lesson: sometimes you just need to say no, and ignore the guilt that comes afterward. You have the right to set boundaries, to protect your energy, your time, and your emotional health. But often, when we say no, that guilt creeps in, that inner voice saying we're being selfish. Don't fall for that trap. Saying no isn't selfishness. It's self-care. Those who truly respect you will understand. And anyone who tries to manipulate you with guilt shouldn't have that much access to your life anyway. 19th lesson: often, what's right is also what's hardest. Choosing the right path isn't usually the most comfortable. In fact, almost never is. Doing the right thing takes courage, sacrifice, posture. But it's that path that builds character, that strengthens your soul. While the easier path often only delays consequences and piles up regrets. Does doing the right thing hurt? Sometimes. But nothing hurts more than knowing you strayed from the person you wanted to become. 20th lesson. What you do today can improve all of your tomorrows. The future doesn't happen by magic. It's shaped by the choices you make now. Every habit, every attitude, every decision is like a seed you plant. Some bloom fast, others take years, but all of them matter. Be strategic with what you nurture today. Your future self will thank you for it. 21st lesson. Sometimes, life repeats the same situation until you learn the lesson. Have you ever felt like certain pains or patterns keep coming back? It's not by chance. Life, or God, or the universe, whatever you choose to call it, has a didactic way of teaching. It repeats the scenario until you change your posture. Ignoring the lesson only prolongs the suffering. But when you understand it, the repetition stops, and you level up. 22nd lesson. You won't be punished for your anger. You'll be punished for how you act with it. Feeling angry is human. The problem lies in what you do with it. Uncontrolled anger can destroy relationships, opportunities, reputations, and even yourself. But when you learn to recognize, breathe through, and channel that emotion, it stops being a bomb, and can even become fuel for just firm and conscious action. Anger itself isn't the problem. Lack of control over it is. 23rd lesson. Being right isn't always the most important thing. Sometimes, the need to be right comes at a high price. It hurts, pushes people away, and drains you. And in the end, was it worth it? There are moments when preserving the relationship, the peace, or mutual respect is far more valuable than winning an argument. Choosing silence can be a sign of wisdom, not weakness. So ask yourself, what matters more, being right or being connected? 24th lesson. The people you surround yourself with shape your life much more than you realize. You are the average of the people you spend the most time with, and that's not just a catchy phrase. It's reality. Your ideas, your habits, your reactions, all of it is influenced by your environment. That's why it's essential to choose wisely who walks beside you. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, push you forward, and want to see you grow. Because constant exposure becomes invisible influence, and that can lift you up or drag you down. 25th lesson. Sometimes there is no right choice. You just choose and make it work. We wait for signs, confirmations, guarantees. But many times, life demands action, not certainty. You decide, take the risk, and do the best with what you have. The secret is in the commitment, the intention, and the dedication after the decision. Because the right path doesn't always exist. But with effort and purpose, you can turn any path into the right one. 26th lesson. The biggest mistake you can make is living in fear of making mistakes. Fear of failure paralyzes you, and that paralysis is what stops you from growing. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to stumble. You're going to make poor decisions. And that's okay. It's part of the process. Mistakes don't define you. What defines you is what you do after them. Learn, adjust, move forward. That's how growth happens. So don't be afraid to try. Be afraid of standing still. 27th lesson. Being at peace with yourself is essential. If you need company to feel happy, you're outsourcing your own peace. True strength comes from within. It's knowing how to be alone without feeling empty. It's enjoying yourself, respecting yourself, taking care of yourself. When you learn to be your own best company, relationships stop being a necessity and become a choice. And choices are always healthier than emotional dependency. 28th lesson. You are not responsible for what others expect from you. People will always have expectations about who you should be, what you should do, how you should live. But you are not obligated to live the script they wrote for you. Your commitment is to your values, your principles, and your truth. You weren't born to please everyone. You were born to fulfill a purpose. And that purpose is yours, not theirs. 29th lesson. Not every thought needs to be spoken. We often think that sincerity means saying everything that comes to mind. But wisdom is knowing what to say, how to say it, and whether it should be said. Some things, if said at the wrong time, hurt. Others only serve to create unnecessary conflict. Not everything that's true needs to be spoken. Sometimes, silence is more powerful and more respectful. 30th lesson. There are things we don't want to happen, but we need to accept. Life doesn't always go according to plan. Sometimes it shifts, breaks, flips everything upside down. And all you can do is accept it. Acceptance is not surrender. It's recognizing that there are things beyond your control. Acceptance is the first step toward moving forward. Because resistance only prolongs the pain. But acceptance opens the path to transformation. 31st lesson. There are truths we don't want to hear, but we need to learn. Some of life's lessons don't come with flowers. They come with punches. They are the truths that hurt, that challenge your ego, that knock you down. But those are the ones that help you grow the most. When you stop shielding yourself from reality, you begin to grow stronger within it. It's in the pain of hearing what you need to hear that the courage to change what needs changing is born. 32nd lesson. There are people we think we can't live without, but we need to let go. Some people left a mark, were important, seemed irreplaceable. But time shows us that loving someone doesn't mean that person has to stay forever. Sometimes, holding on hurts more than letting go. And when you let go, you make space to breathe again, to bloom, to start over. Letting go is not a loss. It's self-respect. 33rd lesson. No one can live your life for you. You can listen to advice, consider opinions, and take in kind words. But in the end, the choice is yours. You're the one who pays the price for your decisions, or reaps the rewards from them. So be honest with yourself and live according to what you believe, not what others expect from you. You are the author of your story, and no one else holds the pen but you. 34th lesson. Don't do anything you'll later need to hide. If you have to lie, omit, or make up excuses afterward, maybe you shouldn't do it. Peace of mind comes from living with integrity. From laying your head on the pillow knowing you did the right thing, even when no one was watching. Transparency isn't just about others trusting you. It's about you trusting yourself. 35th lesson. Making others look bad doesn't make you look better. Humiliating, belittling, or exposing someone isn't a sign of strength. It's a reflection of insecurity. People who truly shine don't dim others. On the contrary, they uplift, acknowledge, and stand out for who they are, not for what they try to destroy. True greatness is rising, without having to bring anyone down. 36th lesson. Prioritizing yourself isn't selfish, it's emotional survival. You can't take care of the whole world if you're falling apart. Putting yourself first means understanding that you can only give your best to others when you're well. Your time, your energy, your mental health, all have limits. And knowing how to respect those limits is an act of self-love. 37th lesson. Light travels faster than sound. That's why some people seem brilliant, until you hear them speak. Not everything that glitters is gold. Many people have presence, posture, appearance, but lack substance, humility, and wisdom. Learn to look beyond the surface. True brilliance lies in essence, not in the volume of one's voice. Listen more. Observe better. Not all light comes from something that truly illuminates. 38th lesson. Truth sets you free. But first, it usually hurts. Hearing the truth can be uncomfortable. It breaks illusions, shatters expectations, and demands change. But it's only when truth arrives that you stop living in denial and begin to grow. Running from the truth might seem easier, but living a lie comes at a much higher cost, your peace. 39th lesson. You don't have to respond to everything. Not every criticism deserves your attention. Not every provocation needs a reply. Always responding can be a sign of reactivity, not intelligence. Sometimes, silence is your greatest show of balance. And indifference, your strongest answer. 40th lesson. Not everything is about you. It may sound harsh, but it's freeing. Sometimes, someone's bad mood, rudeness, or coldness has nothing to do with you. It has to do with pain, exhaustion, or the mess that person is dealing with inside. Stop taking everything personally. The less you absorb what isn't yours, the lighter life becomes. 41st lesson. No one is 100% good or 100% bad. Life isn't made of heroes and villains, it's made of human beings. Everyone has light and shadow, successes and mistakes, good days and bad days. When you understand this, you learn to have more empathy. And you stop being so hard on yourself for not being perfect all the time. Accepting this duality is part of the maturation process. 42nd lesson. You can't change others, but you can change yourself. Trying to change someone is like rowing against the current. It's exhausting, frustrating, and draining. Real change only starts from the inside out. When you change how you react, how you think, how you position yourself, the world around you changes too. Want transformation? Start with yourself. 43rd lesson. If you stay quiet long enough, people reveal themselves. There's no need to pressure, investigate, or force anything. With time, masks fall, performances tire out, and essence shows up. Silence is a powerful tool. It lets you observe, without interfering. Stay at peace, just watching. And you'll see who is real, and who was just acting. 44th lesson. You attract what you tolerate. Everything you accept in silence eventually becomes your pattern. If you tolerate disrespect, it repeats. If you tolerate lack of reciprocity, it becomes routine. People treat you based on what you allow. So if you want to change what you attract, start by changing what you tolerate. Your boundary is your worth. 45th lesson. Your peace is more important than being right. Sometimes, winning an argument only serves to inflate your ego and burn bridges. Some fights aren't worth the toll. Some truths don't need to be proven. Choosing peace isn't avoiding the fight. It's knowing where it's worth fighting, and where it's better to just move on. Because in the end, it's not about winning arguments. It's about keeping your soul light. 46th lesson. You don't have to react to everything. Not every attack needs a response. Not every provocation needs a defense. Reacting impulsively puts someone else in control of you. But when you choose not to react, you're the one in control. Maturity is knowing when it's worth spending your energy, and when it's better to simply remain silent. 47th lesson. You don't have to explain your life to everyone. Not everyone deserves to know your plans, your reasons, your feelings. Keeping some things to yourself is a sign of wisdom and protection. The less you expose, the less control others have. Your life doesn't have to be an open book for everyone. Share with those who respect you. The rest don't need to understand. 48th lesson. You don't have control over everything, and that's okay. Some things are beyond your hands. Time, other people's behavior, life's unexpected events. Accepting this isn't surrender. It's liberation. What you can control is how you react, how you think, and how you show up in the face of what happens. Focusing on what's within your reach gives you your power back, and distances you from the frustration of trying to change what was never your responsibility. 49th lesson. You're stronger than you think. Have you noticed the things you've overcome? The days you thought you couldn't handle, but did? Pain shaped you. Falls taught you. Losses matured you. You might not see it every day, but you carry a strength many can't even imagine. So in tough times, take a deep breath and remember, you've already overcome so much. And you'll overcome this too. 50th lesson. Everything you've lived through has brought you exactly where you needed to be. Nothing was in vain. Not the mistakes, not the delays, not the disappointments. Every chapter of your story, no matter how confusing, helped build the person you are today. And if you look closely, you'll see, pain gave you depth. Waiting taught you patience. And the twists and turns showed you that you are capable of reinventing yourself. Your journey is unique. And it's only just beginning.